Congratulations, my beloved. Heaven has just approved your miracle. Archangel Michael says, today at exactly 8:15 p.m., the heavens have scheduled your divine financial release. And if you're reading this right now, know this. It means you were chosen, handpicked, wrapped in divine light while you slept. This is not a coincidence. Someone in the spiritual realm has been fighting for you, for your money, for your peace, for your freedom. You've cried enough. You've struggled enough, you've waited long enough. And now heaven is done waiting. Your breakthrough is not tomorrow. It is tonight. Michael speaks. My child, the vault of God has opened, and I've written your name on the scroll of unexpected wealth. But there's something urgent you must know. If you skip this moment, you may lose everything you were just about to receive. Yes, even angels can cry. And I, Michael, have wept over the delays you've suffered. The jobs that broke your spirit. The debts that swallowed your joy. The people who said they'd help you but never did. But my beloved, God saw all of it. And He has had enough. That's why you're here. That's why this message has been screaming through the veil to reach you. Archangel Michael says, I had to whisper your name to the wind this morning. I begged God one last time. Let me deliver this directly to them. Not through signs, not through feelings, but in a message they can open. Read, and feel deep in their soul. And He agreed only because He loves you more than words will ever say. That's why heaven is counting down to 8:15 p.m. My child, you are not crazy for dreaming of abundance. You're not greedy for wanting stability. You are a divine soul who's been carrying too much weight for too many years. And tonight that weight is being lifted. I, Michael, give you this promise from the throne of God. If you do not ignore this sign, your financial curse will break before midnight. Your name is being written into the book of heavenly harvest. You are no longer under attack. You are under favor. Now, listen to this next part carefully because it's going to sound like a miracle because it is. A divine transaction is already in motion. The angels are moving numbers, clearing blocks, and removing spiritual red tape that's been stopping your blessings for years. And at 8:15 p.m., a heavenly notification will echo in your energy. Some will hear it as a voice. Others will feel it as peace. But the chosen, they will receive it as real money, a breakthrough payment, a job, an inheritance, or an opportunity they never expected. And beloved, you are the chosen. Someone you love in heaven prayed for this moment for you. I must say this again because the power behind it is too sacred. Someone who already crossed over saw what you were going through and they intervened. They stood in front of God and whispered your name. They asked Archangel Michael directly, please, if you have to save one person today, let it be them. And heaven agreed. That's why you can't skip this. That's why it's not an accident that you're seeing this with your eyes right now. Congratulations, says the Spirit of the Lord. You made it through the testing season. You may not even know it, but the battle for your finances wasn't about money. It was about your soul. The enemy tried to use poverty to dim your light, to break your heart, to make you doubt that God even remembers your name. But guess what? God never forgot. And Archangel Michael never gave up on you. That's why this message is reaching you right before the gate of 8:15 p.m. Let me pause and tell you this. If your spirit feels something tingling right now, if your chest feels warm, if your eyes are watering, if your soul is saying, "Oh my God, this is for me," it's because your angels are standing beside you right now and they're smiling. They know that this moment could be the one that rewrites your entire destiny if you do not skip this. And now, beloved, a short message from the angels of divine connection. Folded hands. If your heart feels touched and you want to keep receiving messages like this, subscribe now so heaven can always find you when time is urgent. Folded hands. God's timing is everything. So is yours. Subscribe so no future message from heaven gets blocked again. Now let's go deeper. Because what you are about to receive is not just money. It's financial resurrection. There's a specific amount coming your way. And Michael says, it is more than you asked for because heaven always multiplies. You will look at your account soon and say, "How? Where did this come from?" But your spirit will already know heaven. And before you doubt it again, listen carefully. Archangel Michael says, every time you were rejected, every time you were underpaid, every time someone scammed you or ignored your talent, I was watching and I recorded it. Not one moment of unfairness escaped heaven's sight. That's why you are being compensated now. God has reversed the spiritual law against you. And Michael is now enforcing a heavenly recovery decree. The wealth stored up by the enemy, the money that was blocked, hidden, delayed, stolen, or withheld is being released into your life. But only if you accept this moment. Only if you allow this message to be a divine yes in your soul. Beloved, there is something else you must know. At 8:15 p.m., if your spirit is in resistance, if you skip this message, if your heart closes off, that door may pass you by. That's not a threat. That's how free will works. You must choose to believe, to open, to receive. And Michael says that's all heaven is waiting on. One yes from your heart. Close your eyes right now for 5 seconds. Breathe. Feel the energy around you. That's not just air. That is angelic presence. Your atmosphere is changing. Even your home will feel different tonight because abundance is not just money. It's peace. It's divine timing. It's protection. And tonight you get all of it. Do you feel it yet? That shift, that inner knowing, the chills, that is confirmation. And now that you're here, now that you've heard this far, you've already started the miracle. Michael says, now declare it out loud. I receive my 8:15 blessing. I do not skip this. Heaven is listening. Your words will not return empty. And tonight, when it happens, whether it's a payment, a call, a cash flow, a refund, or a message saying you've been approved, you'll remember this message. You'll say, thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, God. You didn't forget me. And we will smile because we never did. We just needed you to say yes before the time ran out. You're still here. That means you were meant to be here. That means the heavens are still speaking and your spirit is still listening. And beloved, that changes everything. There's something powerful about those who don't click away when the world tells them to scroll. Something sacred about a soul who dares to pause, who dares to say, "What if this is real?" And you just did what most don't. You opened your heart wide enough for heaven to enter. And Archangel Michael is still with you. Yes, even now. Even if your mind doubts, even if your room is silent, that silence is full of angels, that stillness is full of messages. Tonight isn't about seeing something dramatic. It's about feeling something you haven't felt in years. Safety, peace, reconnection. God didn't bring you here to scare you. He brought you here to tell you, "I never left you." Every moment you thought you were walking alone, you weren't. Every night you wept in secret, you weren't unheard. Every prayer you whispered through broken breath didn't vanish. It built something. And tonight it arrives. You're allowed to feel strange right now. Lightheaded, emotional, sleepy, wired. It's spiritual. You're not going crazy. You're being cleansed. Your body is reacting to what your soul has craved. Divine presence. It's the shift. And no, you're not too late. You didn't miss your moment. You're right on time. God had this saved just for you. And the fact you're still reading it proves how open your heart really is. You're going to start seeing small confirmations now. Something someone says, a song you randomly hear, a memory that suddenly returns. Pay attention. These are not coincidences. They are divine threads pulling your life into a new shape, into clarity, into alignment, and yes, into the miracle you've been praying for. Do you remember that thing you begged God for years ago, but eventually gave up on? Guess what? It didn't die. It's just been growing roots. And soon, very soon, it will rise. And you'll realize it didn't show up when you were ready. It showed up when heaven said the time was ripe. You are walking proof that God redeems time. That no matter how far you think you've wandered, the divine can bring you back, restore you, even make you better than before. You are never too broken, never too complicated. You were just in process, but tonight, the process shifts into promise. That aching in your heart. That's the old timeline leaving and the new one beginning. From now on, you will feel less drawn to chaos. You'll feel disconnected from people who once drained you. You'll feel allergic to anything not aligned with peace. That's not mood. That's not anxiety. That's discernment. Your soul has evolved. Your spirit has awakened. Your divine radar has been activated. Things will fall away from your life now. But don't panic. That's protection. That's pruning. That's clearing space for what was always meant for you. Let it fall. Let it fade. You won't need to chase anymore because what's yours will now flow to you effortlessly. People, ideas, opportunities, even healing, they'll come not because you're forcing, but because you're finally aligned. Heaven wants you to know something personal now. The tears you cried in silence counted as prayers. The loneliness you endured did not go unnoticed. The heartbreaks were not wasted. Every disappointment planted a seed that's now blossoming into divine favor. And now you'll start attracting what matches your healed energy. The real ones, the divine appointments, the partnerships ordained by heaven. You'll be shocked how suddenly they appear. But don't be surprised. You're in a divine frequency now. The world hasn't changed. You have. People will feel your presence differently. They'll say, "You seem lighter. You're glowing. Something about you has changed." And you'll smile because you'll know. You walked through fire and came out crowned. You heard the voice of the Archangel in a moment. You almost scrolled past. And that one choice changed everything. As you sleep tonight, speak nothing but life over yourself. Whisper it even if your voice shakes. I am healed. I am whole. I am aligned with God. My angels walk before me. I am no longer afraid. The moment you say that, every lie the enemy whispered will lose its power. You've taken your soul back. You've taken your light back. You've remembered who you are. And if tomorrow feels overwhelming, remember this message. Reread it. Keep it near because heaven doesn't speak once and disappear. It remains. The same Archangel who's with you tonight will walk into tomorrow before you ever step foot into it. He will guard your front, your back, your left, your right, your dreams, your decisions, your destiny. Now rest. Let heaven work while you sleep. And when you wake, don't expect just a new day. Expect a new life. You've stayed. You've allowed heaven to pour into you without rushing away. And because of that, something has anchored in your spirit that no one can take away from you now. No storm can shake it. No person can break it. No fear can unroot it. You are now covered by a divine decision. Heaven has declared you are protected. You are aligned. You are chosen. And even if the world around you doesn't shift overnight, you will. And that changes everything tomorrow. You might wake up and feel like something is different. You might not even be able to describe it, but you'll feel lighter. Safer, more clear. And maybe, just maybe, the burden you've been carrying will feel a little less heavy. That's because tonight you handed it over. You stopped trying to carry what was never yours to bear. And heaven, oh beloved, heaven caught every broken piece, every doubt, every silent question, every why me? All of it. Heaven is holding it gently now. And you are being held too. Even after this message ends, Archangel Michael will not leave. He will stand with you tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. You might even find yourself saying something kinder to yourself, something you didn't realize you needed to hear. That's Michael whispering truth through your own voice. That's the beginning of your inner healing. That's how the light works. Not always loud, but always sure. You are now living in a space between what was and what's about to be. And I promise you this, what's coming is greater than what you've lost. Don't be afraid of the unknown. The unknown is just unspoken miracles. What if the thing you're afraid of losing is the very thing heaven is trying to replace with something so much better? You don't need to understand the whole journey to take the next step. Just walk in the direction of peace. Trust that you'll be shown the rest as you move. This isn't blind faith. It's guided faith. And you're not walking into mystery alone. You've got a whole army behind you. You've got the blessing of the Most High. And you have a message burned into your spirit now that you'll never forget. Heaven chose me. You've been begging the world to see your worth. But now you know your worth isn't up for debate. It's already been stamped by God. What's for you cannot be stolen. What's been promised cannot be delayed any longer. What's destined is already on its way. And maybe, just maybe, something will happen this week that confirms all of this. A strange coincidence. A message from someone unexpected. A breakthrough you didn't chase. That's heaven saying, "See, I told you I was real. I told you I never left." It will happen when you least expect it. Don't try to force it. Just let it come. Tonight is not about a single moment. It's about a new frequency you've aligned with. And the more you listen, the louder heaven gets. You'll start hearing the voice of God in ways you never imagined, in music, in silence, in conversations, in nature, in timing. You'll become sensitive to signs again. You'll start seeing repeating numbers, flickering lights, dreams that stick with you long after waking. This is the language of heaven. This is what it means to be spiritually awake. And now you are. You're awake. You're listening. You're walking with angels. You are no longer afraid of the dark because now you know you carry the light. Let no one dim it again. Not doubt, not people, not fear. You are on sacred ground now. And wherever you go from this moment on, heaven will go with you. Now take a breath. Place your hand on your heart and know this. You are safe. You are seen. You are surrounded. You are loved. You are free. And this is just the beginning. And even now as you sit in this silence, there's something sacred unfolding. Not in a rush, not in chaos, but in a calm, steady wave of divine timing. Heaven doesn't work by the clocks of this world. It works by the rhythm of your soul. And your soul has finally said, "I'm ready." And because you said yes, everything hidden in the spiritual realm for you is being released. Not just for tonight, but for the path ahead. You don't even know what's about to open. Doors, healing, clarity, connections. It's not fantasy. It's the reward for your obedience to this moment. Archangel Michael has left a mark on your home. Maybe you can't see it with your eyes, but your spirit knows it's there. A seal, a shield, a declaration written in light. This place is covered. You may feel warmth as you sleep. You may wake up lighter. You may even find that the dreams you had as a child begin returning not as memories but as callings, because God is not restoring what you lost. He's restoring what you were supposed to become. You've waited for something beautiful to happen for so long. And now the wait is over. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You said yes. You showed up. You opened. You dared to believe in the invisible again. And that alone makes you a miracle. Yes, you. The one who was overlooked. The one who was told they were too sensitive, too emotional, too much. Heaven says you were never too much. You were always made for more. Tonight, a generational curse has been broken. Not because you fought with your hands, but because you fought with your heart. You stood your ground in faith. You listened. You trusted. And now the blessings that were blocked are flowing. You'll see it in unexpected favor, in sudden clarity, in divine reversals, in restoration where there once was loss. In joy that returns out of nowhere. All of it signs. All of it confirmation. All of it proof that this wasn't just a video. This was a visitation. There's no going back to the numbness. No going back to the noise. You've been marked by the light. Now that divine encounter has awakened something. You'll start noticing when energy is off in a room. You'll feel when someone's presence doesn't align with your peace. You'll sense when something's heavenly, and when something's counterfeit. Don't doubt that knowing. That's discernment. That's your angel team working with you now. Don't be afraid to say no to what drains you. Protect your peace. Guard your joy. Prioritize your purpose. That's what spiritual alignment looks like. From this night forward, expect signs. A feather, a name, a scent that reminds you of someone gone, a song you haven't heard in years that suddenly plays, numbers repeating, a message in a dream. Don't dismiss any of it. These are divine nudges. Messages from the realm of light saying, we're still here. We're walking with you. Your journey won't always be easy. But now it will never be lonely. Do you feel it? That soft stillness around your heart right now. That peace that doesn't even make logical sense. That's God. That's the presence of the Holy Spirit sitting right beside you saying, you don't have to carry this alone anymore. He sees the worry you haven't spoken out loud. The weight of decisions, the fear of the unknown, and he's saying, give it to me. Let me carry it. I already know the way through. Archangel Michael smiles tonight. Not because the battle is over, but because you have stepped into your power. You remembered your light. You received the message. You let heaven in. And that alone makes you unstoppable. Darkness may still try to knock, but it will find a house full of light now. And light always wins. As you close your eyes tonight, don't rush to sleep. Let your soul speak. Let your spirit whisper the prayers you forgot how to say. Heaven doesn't need perfect words, just an honest heart. Say what you need to say. Let the tears fall if they come. Let the silence hold you. Let the presence comfort you because you are no longer reaching into the dark. You are being held. And tomorrow when you wake up, expect something to feel different. Don't rush into your phone. Don't let the world grab your spirit first. Sit with the peace. Acknowledge it. Thank Heaven for it. Say, I feel you, God. Thank you for staying. Let that be the first sentence of your day. And watch how different everything becomes. This isn't the end of a message. It's the beginning of a new life. You are chosen. You are covered. You are called and you are so loved and you're still here. That means your soul knows this was never just a message. It was a calling. A reminder from God Himself that something bigger is at work, that you've not been forgotten, not for a single second. Your name was whispered in a heavenly meeting. A decision was made tonight. The light wins in your life. And nothing, not fear, not doubt, not darkness, can undo that. If your heart is beating a little faster right now, it's not anxiety. It's recognition. Your spirit remembers this frequency. This is what truth feels like. What divine presence feels like. You've walked through so much. You've held pain so deep it kept you silent in rooms full of people. You felt invisible, even to yourself. But tonight, Heaven pulled you back into the light. The real you, the chosen you. The anointed you, that's who's awakening now. There are angels moving through your atmosphere right now. They are sealing every window of your heart that was left open from old pain. They are closing doors that no longer serve you. They are untying knots that anxiety wrapped around your spirit. It's happening, not in theory, but in truth. You'll feel lighter when you wake up. You'll notice how the chaos doesn't stick to your skin the same way because your house, your soul is now marked by Heaven, marked for purpose, marked for protection. Don't be surprised if you suddenly lose interest in things that used to distract you. That's your spirit detoxing. Don't panic if relationships start shifting. If people drift, if routines fall apart. That's the shaking that comes before the building. That's God clearing out what was never meant to stay so that what He's preparing can finally arrive. And what He's preparing is stunning. Your finances, your health, your relationships, things are going to align like they haven't in years. Because now the resistance that was holding it all back has been broken. When you accepted this message, you didn't just receive words, you received covering, you received alignment, you received divine backing. There is no force on earth stronger than a person walking in spiritual agreement with Heaven. And that's you now. There are angels moving through your atmosphere. Right now, they are sealing every window of your heart that was left open from old pain. They are closing doors that no longer serve you. They are untying knots that anxiety wrapped around your spirit. It's happening not in theory, but in truth. You'll feel lighter when you wake up. You'll notice how the chaos doesn't stick to your skin the same way because your house, your soul, is now marked by Heaven, marked for purpose, marked for protection. Don't be surprised if you suddenly lose interest in things that used to distract you. That's your spirit detoxing. Don't panic if relationships start shifting, if people drift, if routines fall apart. That's the shaking that comes before the building. That's God clearing out what was never meant to stay so that what He's preparing can finally arrive. And what He's preparing is stunning. Your finances, your health, your relationships, things are going to align like they haven't in years. Because now the resistance that was holding it all back has been broken. When you accepted this message, you didn't just receive words. You received covering. You received alignment. You received divine backing. There is no force on earth stronger than a person walking in spiritual agreement with heaven. And that's you now. From this moment forward, pay close attention to how you feel in certain spaces. That is God training your spirit to detect peace and danger. You are being trained in discernment. In vision. You are going to start noticing patterns and signs that others overlook. That's not a burden. That's a gift because you are a gatekeeper now. A carrier of light in your home, your family, your generation. What you touch will begin to heal. What you speak will begin to shift. Where you go, angels will go with you. Even the people who've hurt you will begin to feel conviction around you. Not because you punish, but because your presence will carry divine truth. Stay humble. Stay soft. Stay open. God will do the rest. And when fear tries to sneak back in, remember tonight. Remember this moment. Remember how your heart softened. Remember how your chest felt less tight. Remember the warmth, the calm, the clarity. That wasn't temporary. That wasn't imaginary. That was God. And He never leaves what He starts. You will have confirmation. Trust that whether in dreams, in numbers, in signs through strangers, heaven will remind you that you didn't make this up. You felt this because it was real and you will never be the same again. So now, as your night unfolds, walk slowly, breathe deeply, speak kindly, let the peace settle, let the silence speak, and say this one last time before you sleep. Archangel Michael, thank you. I honor your presence. God, I accept your will. I surrender my plans. Let your light fill every room, every shadow, every thought, every fear. I am safe. I am seen. I am held. And so it is. This is your divine beginning. You've made it home. You're still here. And beloved, heaven is smiling because you didn't run from the light. You moved closer. Each time you said, continue. Your soul leaned in deeper. Each word you absorbed was like a drop of holy oil soothing the cracks in your spirit that life, heartbreak, and fear tried to tear open. And now you are different. You don't need anyone to confirm it. You know it. You feel it. You are no longer who you were an hour ago. This journey has been your spiritual rebirth. There is a reason your heart didn't let you scroll away. A reason why your mind, though tired, stayed open. Because the part of you that belongs to heaven, the divine eternal part, knew that this wasn't just a message. This was a visitation. You were visited tonight. Your home was visited. Your atmosphere was shifted not just by words, but by angels and most importantly by the love of God that has always been chasing you, even when you weren't chasing Him. From this moment forward, you'll notice it. The weight won't feel as heavy. The fear won't be as loud. The chaos around you might not disappear instantly, but you will feel stronger than it. You won't be swallowed by your storms. You'll walk on top of them. Because you've been reminded of who walks with you. Archangel Michael will continue to watch over your dreams tonight. And in the morning, when your eyes open, something will be different. You'll remember this peace. You'll hear silence, but you'll feel presence. And that is your sign that heaven hasn't gone anywhere. In the next 3 days, expect unexpected signs, divine alignment encounters that were pre-written just for you. You may run into someone from your past. You may overhear a conversation that answers a question you've been asking in silence. You may receive a message, subtle but specific, that brings a strange kind of joy to your soul. Don't dismiss these things. Pay attention. They are not random. They are heaven's way of saying, I'm still speaking tonight. Rest. Let peace wrap itself around your bones. Let your heart lay down its armor. You've fought enough battles. This night is not for war. It's for healing. This night is not for defending. It's for receiving. And if doubt comes knocking tomorrow, if fear tries to creep in again, just say out loud, no, I was visited by heaven. I am protected. I am chosen. I am not alone. Repeat it until your voice stops shaking. Repeat it until the air shifts again. Because now you know how to call on the divine. Now you remember. And if you ever feel far again, if life pulls you away, if pain makes you forget, come back to this message. Reread it. Let it re-enter your soul like breath into lungs. It will always be here, waiting to meet you where you are. Just like heaven always does. Archangel Michael is still whispering your name before God. He's still carrying your name in the light. And he's still watching the house, your heart, your path with unwavering love. So breathe deep, sleep in peace, wake in strength, and walk tomorrow like someone who's been seen by God because you have. This is not the end. This is your beginning. And heaven is walking every step with you. You're still here. And that means your spirit has not only heard this message, it has agreed with it. There's something inside you that's holding on, holding tight. Like your soul recognizes these words as a long-lost truth you had buried under years of heartbreak and forgetting. Archangel Michael is smiling now. Because you didn't just hear the call, you answered it. And that answer, it just changed your future. And if doubt comes knocking tomorrow, if fear tries to creep in again, just say out loud, no, I was visited by heaven. I am protected. I am chosen. I am not alone. Repeat it until your voice stops shaking. Repeat it until the air shifts again. Because now you know how to call on the divine. Now you remember. And if you ever feel far again, if life pulls you away, if pain makes you forget, come back to this message. Reread it. Let it re-enter your soul like breath into lungs. It will always be here, waiting, to meet you where you are. Just like heaven always does. Archangel Michael is still whispering your name before God. He's still carrying your name in the light. And he's still watching the house, your heart, your path with unwavering love. So breathe deep, sleep in peace, wake in strength, and walk tomorrow like someone who's been seen by God because you have. This is not the end. This is your beginning. And heaven is walking every step with you. You're still here. And that means your spirit has not only heard this message, it has agreed with it. There's something inside you that's holding on, holding tight. Like your soul recognizes these words as a long, lost truth you had buried under years of heartbreak and forgetting. Archangel Michael is smiling now. Because you didn't just hear the call, you answered it. And that answer, it just changed your future. Something sacred is now sealed over your life. And yes, you will feel different tomorrow. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. Your spirit is no longer asleep. It's awake. You're aware of what's really happening around you. And now, nothing dark can enter without confronting the light that's been planted in your soul. You may even notice people looking at you differently because your energy will shift. People will feel something when you walk into the room. That's heaven shining through you. That's divine authority returning to you. That's what happens when a chosen one finally remembers who they are. And, if you feel a bit emotional again, that's okay. Let it happen. Let your tears anoint the moment. That's not weakness. It's a sacred release. You've carried so much and now the weight is no longer yours. You handed it over tonight. And heaven received it. You don't have to carry guilt anymore. You don't have to carry shame. The only thing you carry now is light. As you sleep, don't be surprised if your dreams feel like visions. Some may carry messages. Others may bring you clarity. And one dream, perhaps soon, will show you something you haven't even dared to ask for, a glimpse of your divine future. That dream will feel too real to ignore, and it will be a map, a message, a key. Watch for it. It will come on a night just like this. Before you sleep, make your room ready. Light a candle if you want. Say a prayer. Speak life into the walls. Tell heaven, I am ready. The angels are already listening. Archangel Michael has already stepped forward. He knows where to go. He knows what to protect. You don't need to direct him. Just allow him. He was trained for this, created for this, sent for this. You are no longer vulnerable. You are surrounded. There is nothing small about your future. Don't shrink anymore. Don't settle. Don't downplay your dreams to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You are not too much. You are exactly enough for what heaven has planned. You were born for spiritual territory. You were born to speak, to lead, to love, to see, to break curses. That's why the darkness fought so hard to silence you. But it didn't win. You're still here, still chosen, still rising, and yes, there will be more signs. Watch for repetition. Watch for things falling into place faster than before. Watch for divine interruptions, those moments when something delays you or diverts you and later you find out it saved you. That's angelic timing. That's the divine rearranging your path in real time. You'll also notice who drifts away from your life. Don't grieve it. Some people, We're tied to the version of you that no longer exists when you rise. Not everyone rises with you. That's not abandonment. That's elevation. That's God making space for the right people. The ones who love your light. The ones who don't fear your calling. The ones who remind you of who you are when you forget. Keep this message close. You may want to return to it. That's okay. Let it wrap around you like a spiritual blanket whenever the world feels cold again. You are never alone, you are never without backup. Heaven has an entire army assigned to your name. So rest now. Not just physically, spiritually. Know that this message didn't end with words. It started something eternal. And if you ever feel like slipping again, don't be afraid. Heaven isn't grading you. Heaven is gracing you. Grace is not based on perfection. Grace is based on love. And love, the way heaven gives it, never runs out. Archangel Michael will remain in your corner. His sword remains drawn. The air around you tonight is thick with holy protection. No evil can pass, no fear can take root, no curse can land. And tomorrow will feel new. Because tonight you remembered, you are seen. You are protected. You are chosen. And you are deeply loved by heaven. Sleep in peace. Child of light. We'll be with you when you rise. And now, even though the message feels complete, your soul is still open, still hungry, because what heaven has begun in you tonight is not meant to end here. It's only the beginning. The light that touched your heart doesn't fade when the screen turns off. It follows you. It breathes in you. It walks beside you. You don't ever have to go back to the heaviness you came from. That weight, leave it here. Those fears, let them fall. That loneliness, it's already being replaced by presence. Archangel Michael will not step away from your side. Not after tonight. A divine covenant has been made. It's invisible, but it's eternal. As you walk into tomorrow, the world might look the same, but you'll feel different. Because heaven doesn't touch a person and leave them unchanged. You'll notice small shifts. You'll be drawn to things that lift your spirit. You'll walk away from what drains your peace. And you'll wonder why you tolerated so much chaos for so long. That's because your soul finally remembers what it feels like to be loved, protected, and awake. If you feel the urge to cry at random moments over the next few days, let the tears come. That's not sadness. It's your spirit being cleansed. You're shedding not just emotions, but old layers of spiritual armor that no longer serve you. Heaven is clothing you in light now. You may notice your sleep changes. Your dreams become vivid. You might even wake at 3:33 a.m. Don't be afraid. That's a divine hour. If that happens, speak softly, Michael, I'm listening. And sit in stillness. The presence that will fill your room will be undeniable. Archangel Michael will not step away from your side. Not after tonight. A divine covenant has been made. It's invisible, but it's eternal. As you walk into tomorrow, the world might look the same, but you'll feel different. Because heaven doesn't touch a person and leave them unchanged. You'll notice small shifts. You'll be drawn to things that lift your spirit. You'll walk away from what drains your peace. And you'll wonder why you tolerated so much chaos for so long. That's because your soul finally remembers what it feels like to be loved, protected, and awake. If you feel the urge to cry at random moments over the next few days, let the tears come. That's not sadness. It's your spirit being cleansed. You're shedding not just emotions, but old layers of spiritual armor that no longer serve you. Heaven is clothing you in light now. You may notice your sleep changes. Your dreams become vivid. You might even wake at 3:33 a.m. Don't be afraid. That's a divine hour. If that happens, speak softly. Michael, I'm listening, and sit in stillness. The presence that will fill your room will be undeniable. A person may reach out to you in the coming days. Someone you felt distance from. It may seem random, but nothing is random now. Watch what they say. Listen with your spirit. Heaven may be using them as a vessel to deliver part of your next instruction. Don't be surprised if you see the number 7 or feathers or sudden light where it wasn't before. These are not signs for entertainment. They are confirmations that you have fully stepped into a protected realm of divine communication. You are no longer in the dark. The enemy can no longer confuse you. Fear will still knock, but it won't enter. Doubt will whisper, but your heart will no longer tremble. You will begin to recognize truth by how peaceful it feels. And you'll start walking away from anything that creates turmoil. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. And you're rising in it. Archangel Michael will continue to fight battles on your behalf. Silent battles, battles you may never fully understand. But you'll know you were protected because what should have gone wrong didn't. What should have broken you couldn't. What should have delayed your destiny failed because you're not walking alone anymore. You're not surviving by your own strength. You're moving with heaven behind you, beside you, inside you. And listen closely because this part is important. Do not go back to small thinking. You are not the same. You are not ordinary. God made you for something sacred, something with weight, something with impact. The reason your past felt heavy was because your calling is heavy. But now that you're awake, you'll start carrying it with ease. Grace is replacing the struggle. Flow is replacing the fight. If you feel led to speak this out loud, do it now. I walk in the presence of the Most High. I am protected. I am chosen. I am filled with light. I do not fear what comes tomorrow. Heaven is already there. I welcome divine timing, divine connections, divine peace, and divine miracles. I say yes to every plan God wrote for me. I walk away from every plan that was meant to destroy me. Your words carry energy. Speak them. Believe them. Feel them become real. Your house, your body, your soul. It's all been marked by heaven. Tonight, even the atmosphere will feel different. Even the animals in your home may act differently. The energy in your space is now aligned with divine order. Archangel Michael will remain close. You'll feel him when you need him most, in the quiet, in the chaos, in the cracks of your day. When everything feels overwhelming, you'll hear a phrase, feel a hand, catch a scent. That's how he says, I'm still here. Don't stop now. Keep your heart open. Heaven will continue sending signs through music, numbers, light, conversation, even strangers. Pay attention. Nothing is random anymore. You've stepped into a season where everything matters, everything points, everything leads. You are sacred. You are safe. You are strong. You are not broken. You are being built. You are not behind. You are being aligned. And no, you didn't miss your miracle. You are the miracle. The light is in you now. It can never be taken away. This is your time. This is your rising. And heaven is so proud of you. Even now, as these words continue to reach you, heaven hasn't moved an inch away. In fact, the longer you stay open to this moment, the stronger the presence becomes. That tingling in your body, that lightness in your chest. The